Do you have magic shops or places that the player characters can go and buy magic items? Because it's something that my players always ask me. And if you do have magic shops in your world, what are they like? What can you buy there? And why or why not do you have a magic shop?
I've tried it out, but what I'm going to say is in D&D, having a magic shop ruins the allure of magical items in my eyes anyway, and I know in the eyes of some of my players. As items, I love it when they are rewarded by hard work, dedication, and have a story tied to them. You could have the story of, oh yeah, I bought that sun sword, or you could have the story of, I delved into the ancient tomb and I had to dodge the Lich's lightning bolts and I grabbed the sun blade out and I struck it with them. I think that's a lot more entertaining. 5e, you can, use that gold for something and buy magical items, but I think buying potions and scrolls is perfectly fine. But when it comes to the juicy items, I like to leave that up for the adventuring. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, I'm kind of honestly, I do have magic shops, and they just don't have a whole lot of anything in them. I really have kind of, I don't like them because I love Dragonlance, and I know Riceland didn't go to the store and buy his spell components and scrolls, and it's not how it works. And so honestly, I kind of appease him a little bit, but yeah, there's a magic shop, and it's got some kind of useless scrolls and a few healing potions and things like that you might find there, but nothing really of any substance, really. And that just kind of makes sense to me because, yeah, I feel like magic, you kind of have to work for it to get the things that you need to progress as a wizard or a sorcerer or any of the magic guys. So I honestly, I'm just not keen on the idea of magic shops. So I have used them, but I don't like to put anything of any substance in them. What about you, Caleb?
Okay, so I actually kind of like the rules in that they have set out where you have to do kind of like a mini like downtime activity to either sell or try to find a magic item to buy. I really, I like the again. I keep on going back to Warhammer Fantasy Second Edition, but the idea there is that there's the gossip skill, which is set so not only do you have to use that to potentially find an item of rare availability, but how well you do kind of affects how many of those items might be available. So that includes everything from like different healing potions of different, powerful levels and whatnot. So yeah, again, I think similar to Mark, I like having common stuff like healing potions being relatively available. But the idea of having something special available, I like random charts of stuff that people can find. I like using the random magical items that are available in the DMG, and I really enjoy having people find magical items out and about when they're looking. Sometimes they might find something, sometimes they might not. There's a real element of randomness there. But I give my players so much stuff that I don't really have to worry about them not having enough magical items to progress. I try to keep that leveled off a little bit, even though it is random, they're not heading into scenarios where they don't have enough magical items to be able to beat the thing. But the idea of a magical store, I mean, there's some cases where like that could happen in terms of like them finding like a guild of smugglers where they might have stuff like that available, but that would be like they would actually have to work at finding something like that. It's not like you can walk into a town. Everybody when they start playing my game, they say, "Where's the magic shop?" or "Where's the mages in town?" And it's just like there are no mages in town. There are definitely no magical shops in this town. There's definitely a lot of magical items they could potentially find, but you'll have to you'll have to make an effort to do so. Yeah. Frederick, what do you think of ye old magic shoppies?
I can't stand magic shops. They just drive me bonkers. And I've done every conceivable magic item shop you can imagine in various campaigns for Dungeons and Dragons 5e, and I've come to the conclusion that a single magic item is enough, particularly a magic weapon, is enough to really give the players a huge advantage with their characters. So I don't like them a lot, but I have to kind of put them in there because most of my players played way too many video games, played 3.5, 4E or 5th ed edition, and they just can't get their head around the fact that there's no magic shops. So I make them very rare. They're hard to find. There's usually maybe one. The person selling stuff is usually a complete ass. So the magic shopkeepers or wizards that sell stuff in my campaigns, they might charge you just to walk in the door. You don't even get to buy anything. You just to walk in the door, it's going to cost you money. And usually I make everything consumable. So potions, that's all right. Scrolls are going to be like from level 1 to 3. Anything that's sort of permanent magic weapons, armor. No, I don't want to do that. I want them to find that stuff. I don't want the shopping. I've got lots of money. Let's go shopping, and I don't put my magic shops in towns and cities that are common. They're actually in rare, odd locations and hard to find.
Something me and Caleb talked about in a previous video was a totally awesome and not scummy thing you can do is set up a gumball machine and you can pay real money and get an item out of it. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh.
You put in $1 and then you get the potion. Doesn't that sound awesome?
What a great way for a local board game shop to make extra money is to have monetization, to have real-time microtransactions for your board game. That certainly won't, screw up young people who don't have a lot of free money like I used to be when I was a young person. That won't screw them over. Oh boy, so much fun.
Mom, my buddy got a +2 weapon. I've only got a +1, please.
Oh dear. So let us know down in the comments, do you have magic shops in your worlds? What are they like and why do you do it that way?